Hi there and welcome. These are your handover videos for your 2015 Swift Challenger 580. These are essentially a basic walkthrough on how to set up and operate the caravan if you were coming on or off site. Starting off first, you have your black hitch head here with your black lever. You have your black lever up like so to wind down the jockey wheel onto the tow ball. Once it's on, that black lever will snap down, push up that red button and expose a green ring. You have your breakaway cable just here. Breakaway cable with regards to that has to be put round an eye point if you have one, if not wrapped around your tow bar. Handbrake is simple enough. Disengage, push down, engage, push up. You only need a little flick and make sure you do not have your head near it when you're doing it. They can come up with some velocity. Jockey wheel is for leveling, and then you have this little handle on the side to be able to pull it up whilst traveling. And then you do have 13-pin electric on this one, so if you do have 7-pin adaptation on your vehicle, make sure to bring yourself an adapter. 2 points either side and 2 points at the back. We have inserts for your legs. The caravan itself will come with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill just to make it that bit quicker. Do not attempt to jack up or level the caravan using your legs. They're simply used for stabilisation. So we're using our test equipment today here. So I have a red propane gas bottle. I'd always recommend propane over butane as it does have a better performance in winter, with an in-date gas hose. Now, black gas hoses run for 5 years. So after that 5-year expiration date, make sure you change it. Connects from the bottle to the regulator itself. Now that is a left-hand thread as well. All you have to do is hand tighten it as much as you can and then just nip it up using a spanner. You don't want it ridiculously tight, as it does then put pressure on the washer inside the hose and can cause leaks. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist the gas bottle with the positive or open direction. Moving along this side, starting off first, we have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler when operating on gas. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice, clean and tidy. Then we have your input for your water. Now, we're not running any water through today as it is rather cold and the caravan has been fully drained off. As you can see though, insert, and then to remove, press in the trigger to pull it out. You have this blue cap to go over the top of the acrowl to ensure no nastiness gets in, and then at the bottom we have your strainer. It's crucial that the strainer sits at the bottom of the barrel to allow the maximum potential of water to come through. However, as you can see, they do have a bit of a tendency to curl up, so you can either straighten it before every use or get yourself some PVC pipe or something similar so it's always straight. As you can see here, insert, just press in, can't be removed without pressing in that trigger. Next to it we have your battery locker. This example does have a battery on it, and to connect it on you either need a 12 or 13mm spanner to connect the terminals. Then the mains plugs in just here with a bit of a cap to ensure it's always in place, and then behind it you do have your port for your motor mover. You also have a little cutout here to be able to pull through the mains lead so that it doesn't get pulled out whilst you're away. Motor mover will be gone over on collection. These 2 points here are where your wastewater is going to come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to then feed into a waste master that you can empty out at the appropriate point on site. Then lastly, we have your toilet functions. So this here is your cassette. To remove the cassette, press up on the orange handle and pull out towards you. You'll see later on in the video how I say about the toilet being in the correct position to remove the cassette. Then orange handle does lift out as well, so can be used to, similar to a carry-on suitcase. And once you're at your emptying point on site, always helps when you get a good grip, twist that head to the side, open up the cap just like so. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilt, continually pressing this button here to vent. You can also open up that cap there, feed in some fresh water after you've done so, give it a bit of a shake, and then tilt and vent. Just makes it smell a bit nicer. Then on this cap here, you have measurements in both imperial and metric, and that's for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes into there, back the head to the side, and push it the cassette. So the orange handle sits behind those white teeth, as that it can't be removed. Up top we have your flush tank. Flush tank itself has a capacity of around 12 litres. However, I wouldn't recommend putting in any more than 10, as you don't want to overfill the compartment. You can also add some pink chemical, which works as a bleach without being corrosive and makes it smell a bit nicer. Don't put normal bleach down, as it will corrode the plastic. Now, you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so just up here got a little bung to remove any water inside the flush tank. The caravan itself will be fully drained off before you leave with it. Then underneath your right hand side seat we have all of this here, so I wouldn't recommend storing anything underneath this part. You can pull off that panel to access the boiler, which is situated underneath there. You then have your flow jets, which pull through the water into the boiler itself, which is connected through all of these blue tubes. Now, you can see there, you have this yellow switch valve. That switch valve is facing in the upright position, meaning that it's in drain mode. So you are going to collect the caravan in drain mode as well, to ensure that there's no water sloshing around the system. Whenever you want to use water in the caravan, you just switch it down. It can be down either way. November to March, have that up permanently unless you're actively using the caravan, and anytime you come off site, just give it a quick drain off. This silver box here is your brain box for your motor mover, and then this here is both your fuses and your trips. All your trips in the upright position and all your fuses in the correct position. I would always recommend carrying some extra fuses across the van as well. And then you can see here, spare, heating and hot water and charger are all illuminated, showing that they're all working. And then you have a reverse polarity button just there if you ever go abroad. And then you have a complete system shutdown button just here. Press that in, nothing inside the caravan is able to operate. If you need any more information on your trips and fuses, little sticker on this panel down here. Then just here we have your main control panel. So it's currently on, and it shows that power is coming from the mains to the caravan. If you would plug to your car, it would show car to caravan. You have this button here to view the levels of either the leisure battery or the vehicle battery, or you can individually press on them buttons, and right now you can see 13 volts coming in. You then have this button here, which is for your water pump. Press in that button, and what will happen is the water will be drawn through from outside using your water pump into the boiler itself. You make sure that you have your drain valve in the correct position, your water pump is in, and it is also having the strainer at the bottom of the barrel. If all those are good, you come to your taps. I usually say wait about 2 to 3 minutes just to allow some water to come through, and open up your taps on both cold and hot. You let that run for about 30 seconds. If there's any coughs or splutters, it's either because the system is pressurizing or you have something up. So just check your strainer, check your drain valve. So you check that. You can also check any other taps that you're planning on using as well. But super easy interface there. Then just here we have your ALDA control panel. So as I've just got this van on, what it shows is internal temperature of the van, which is 8.5 degrees. External temperature is 9 degrees. So what I have here is first the thermometer inside the house, which is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. This goes up to a maximum of 30. You can press and hold, or you can individually click to go down and up. It goes down and up by 0.5. Whatever you set it to, it will get to that temperature. It's not an instantaneous process. It does take a little bit of time. There's many variables dependent on the weather and a few other bits, but usually on a nice good day it takes about an hour. Next you have the shower symbol. This is for your hot water. So hot water is currently off. You can have it midway, which gets the water temperature to about 40 degrees, or you can have it on full, which will get it to around about 60 or 70 degrees. If you have it on full, however, it will prioritize the heating of the water over the heating of the van for 30 minutes. After those 30 minutes, it will then drop it back down to midway. Then you have your energy sources. So you can either use 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts of mains, strictly gas, or gas and a mixture of 1, 2 and 3. Now I would recommend as well, when it comes to gas, don't use it until you've checked through the cooker. Then the spanner symbol takes you through to some additional settings. I'm not going to run through them as we have set this to what we believe is the most user-friendly interface to use. However, if you'd like a bit more information, please have a look inside your book packs. Naturally, this screen will fade off as well after about 2 to 5 minutes, dependent on what it's set to. However, that green button will stay lit to show you that it is still working. However, if you don't want the heating on, it turns itself off. You have your boiler for your outer fluid just here. This is essentially the coolant tank for it. It is set to above the minimum. However, don't overfill this if you ever do need to, just because it works similar to car coolant, it will bubble up. Then for your toilet operation, it's bog simple. Lift your lid, press in this button here, and you can hear that motor. That motor is what will push around any water inside the system. To remove your waste, press away on this handle, opens it up, however pull it back towards you to be able to remove the cassette from outside. When the cassette is full, there will be a red light there telling you to go and empty it. Then just here we have your hob grill and oven. Now all of this operates on gas, minus the electric plate. Electric plate, just spin it to whatever mark you want and it will get to temperature. Everything else, press in on the dial, twist it to the side, and then press your igniter. Now it may be a case that these will light and then cut off when you first come to use them. That's natural, that's just the gas making its way through its system. This is what it looks like when they're all lit. As you can see, nice blue clean continuous flames. Turn it off, back to the central position. And it's the same concept for your grill. You can see here your grill nice lit. Now it may be a case that one side will light, then the other side, that's just natural. And then finally, we have your oven. So let's see if I could do this with one hand. And there you can see your oven all nice and lit there as well. Only other real thing to note, you can travel with your gas bottle on, with your gas bottle off, but your hose on. Just make sure you do turn the gas bottle off itself. Then this glass lid here, you have to have it down whilst traveling, but don't put it down until all of those are nice and cold. Then we have your Dometic fridge. So it's currently off right now. Turn it on, press and hold on this button for a few seconds, then let go. It will flash up and go to its most recent memory. You have 3 different choices for source. So you either have mains, you have gas, which again, I wouldn't recommend putting it on until you've run through all of that. And then that other symbol is representative of 13-pin electric. So if I were to press that now, it begins to flash up a beep, showing that there's a hazard. Now for gas, you'll gradually hear it ticking. Then once it's finished ticking, that means it is then lit. It isn't something where you have to do it yourself, the fridge automatically does it. Then you have the amount of power coming to the fridge. So 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. 5 being the most powerful, so it's going to chill the fridge the quickest. However, even on full capacity, it takes around 4 hours for this to fully chill. When it's on, there's blue lights inside. However, turn it off, press and hold in again. No more blue lights.